I don't know about Sarah, but it made me smile.
We are changing up a little bit in terms of the discussion, and I given some thought to it, and the plan was to have you have some discussion of where you thought you might fit in terms of these circles here. But I'll leave that up to you to have your individual discussion of where you think you might fit, and what you think you deserve, and what kind of relationship have you earned. Yes, ma'am.
Now, should this discussion be with a significant or insignificant other?
It can be with, well, it could be with a romantic other or a professional other. Both people are significant. Go to my legacy. My legacy. And I felt that it was important that I include this because we are in the midst of celebrating African American Heritage Month. And it reads, as an American of African ancestry, I feel no shame, have no apologies, and have no excuses. Ask no favors for my vast contributions to the development of opportunities experienced, shared, and benefited by large numbers of the so-called American family. Oh yes, there are regrets, and as I pause and dare to reflect on the overdue debt yet to be paid. Can you give us a little bit of Stevie Love is in need of love to take? Normally when we have Toastmasters, it's a content-focused kind of discussion. And we're intrigued by the ideas that we share with one another in terms of content. And we feel that experiences are enhanced if, yes, we have content material, but also we thought that if we added some creative piece, then maybe we'd attach some emotion to that content. So that was the intent of this experience, not just to share information, but to provoke some emotions, if you will. And hopefully we've been successful at that. But now we want to see if you have questions. And yes, ma'am.
One thing I noticed that some of the wonderful excerpts had C. Dozier and a date.
Right.
Is there a compilation of creative works by that author that is available?
Yes. Today, not a total compilation, I hope. Because I hope that I'm not through creating. Much of this stuff is from my first CD. And that first CD is entitled In a Spirit. So it's more reflective. And the second CD that we just finished producing is entitled Rise in Consciousness, which is a little more heavy hitting. And in fact, I have one poem on there entitled We To Our America. Even Amir Baraka told me to be careful about that particular poem. I'm not going to fret. I'm going to put both poems out on the internet, both CDs. And I'm in the process of doing the third CD, and one of the lead poems on the third CD is entitled City Slick Chick. So,
What was her name?
If we wanted to have access to that, what would one do?
City Slick Chick?
No.
Your work.
To your work.
Well, the availability, well.
Anyway, you got some of them CDs with you now.
As opposed to the availability to
Yeah, I got some with me. Oh, okay. Now I got to do an Oprah. Everybody here is going to leave with a copy of the first CD.
Second one got paid for.
Carol, can you help me with this? That should be enough. Matt Jam Productions helped me with this, and as you can see, Mike also helped me with some of the music, but Mike's music is featured on,
Gary.
Gary.
Oh,
Gary's music is featured on the second
we got
CD.
to erase that.
Okay, the first CD was done by, some people might know Richard Banks. Richard Banks, who's from Montclair, he's a local musician, so he did the music on this CD. Questions? Is there anybody in here brave enough to talk about those three circles? Are you satisfied where you are? Go ahead, Kevin. Applause.
Kunta. Fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. I think that it was sheer genius putting, and that's right, we're all geniuses, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
Yes, okay.
Yes, I did to the edge of it.
I think it was sheer genius putting those circles up there the way that you did. So let me explain why.
Okay. Thank you.
The two circles that were separated, you could talk about that being the first meeting in a relationship. You can talk about that as being independent in a relationship. You can talk about meeting each other but having differences in a relationship. So just those two circles alone, you could do at least a good hour workshop just on the first two circles. The middle circle, with the circle with the little dot in the middle, you can talk about how insignificant I feel because of all of these things that you impose on me. You can talk about how, just to flip it, you can talk about how I surround you with my love so that you feel protected and cared for, and that you have no worries at all. because I'll never let anything get inside to harm me. So that's flipping that little circle. You like that, huh? That's flipping the circle. And then you have the two circles with the co-joining in the middle. And I think that one is my favorite, because I am me, and then you are you. But we share something in common.
Correct.
And something in common besides the rent and besides the bills. Because I have my bills, you have yours. And together we have one big bill. But what it also says to me was that by coming together, we enhance each other, and we make each other better than either of us could have ever been alone. So that one is my favorite. So I love, it was sheer genius putting those images up there, and it's an opportunity for all of us to learn and think about how we see those circles functioning in our lives. Because at some point in time, we are in any one of those groups of circles. Right? So thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any other comments?
I want to piggyback what he said and quote the great Sylvester Stallone in Rocky when he said to his wife, "You complete me." That's before they got married.
Okay.
You complete me. I think that was before. Maybe it was after. I don't know. But I thought that was kind of deep. And that reminds me of what Kevin said about the circle, the conjoining circles. And that, you know, you're better when the two of you add to each other and become strengthened because of that other person.
Any other contributions?
I just want to piggyback on the third circle as well. The one thing I saw is that the circle actually expands. So as they join together, they're expanding their circle. So I just wanted to add that as well.
Good. That's not like it. Other contributions? No? That's all of my time. Thank you. There's always a risk-benefit analysis. Sometimes you take a risk, and there's a benefit of taking that risk. This is a copy of the second CD.
Oh, thank you.
Copy of the second CD.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Toastmaster? Oh, yeah. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Dozier, for that enlightenment. I think you need to do this again and make sure my wife is in the audience.
We got it on tape, don't worry.
That's good. On YouTube later. Now, I don't know about you, but I think Dr. Dozier, the great Dr. Dozier, we call him Dr. Dozier from, how many years have we been calling Dr. Dozier?
Forever.
I will finish it. Believe me, I will finish it.
That's because we keep pushing him to that. But I think this presentation this evening was great, and I hope that you all got something from it. Now we'll have an evaluation. Who is doing the evaluation? Oh. Ms. Roxanne Lott is going to do an evaluation of Dr. Dozier's speech.
Fellow Toastmasters, most honored guests, welcome, welcome, welcome. Dr. Dozier, where are you? Oh, see, he's gotten into his own thing, off and running already. But your presentation Very well done. Very well done. He tremendously edified us. Edified the upbuilding of this unit. He edifies us being a Toastmaster. In his circle of relationships, he opened with having us turn to our neighbor and extend a greeting to our left and then to our right, calling us and then having us call one another geniuses. This got my attention. I'm sure it got yours. If you were asleep, I bet you woke up. We were truly engaged at this moment. Then he had, during his presentation and throughout, so many instances where he provided vocal variety to us. W.E.B. Du Bois, he told us. Rosa Parks. In addition to the vocal variety, he would give us pauses. To make us think. He also used a lot of props. He had the handouts. He had the slide presentation. He used people, especially with our maestro here, with the beautiful music. There were a tremendous amount of props. Don't forget his attire. Salam alaikum. I was so impressed. I was very impressed. And everything that he had to give us was so informational. There were so many stimuli during the presentation. He would give us time to think. Romantic relationships with the display. When giving the display here with the slideshow, the only thing that I might have done differently is when you went to the next slide, I would not have said next slide.
Right.
Because that can be just a little distracting. But the presentation was magnificent. Secondly, what I might have done, because it was so much information, is given a small synoptic or summary at the end to bring us back, because we went into different directions with the music.